The $1,384 monthly drain. Imagine writing a check for $1,384 every month. Not for your mortgage, but for your grown kids' rent. That's the average amount parents are spending monthly to support their adult children, according to savings.com data. Where does that money go? A significant portion covers housing, groceries, bills, and car expenses, with the rest going towards smaller costs like phone plans and streaming subscriptions. Now compare that to what these same parents are putting toward their own retirement. Just $609 per month on average. In other words, parents are spending more than twice as much supporting their adult kids as they're investing in their own futures. And this isn't an isolated issue. 47% of parents with adult children are in this exact financial situation, all while juggling their own rising bills and medical expenses. Take Mark and Susan, a Gen X couple from Ohio. Mark needs knee replacement surgery, but keeps postponing it because they're covering their 26-year-old daughter's $1,200 monthly student loan payments. We keep telling ourselves it's just temporary, Susan says, but it's been 3 years now. Their story is far from unique. Many parents don't even track these expenses. They just keep writing checks month after month, unaware of how much it's really costing them. Certified financial planner Rachel Carter puts it bluntly. This isn't generosity, it's financial self-sabotage. She's worked with clients who've drained their 401k to cover adult children's rent in expensive cities, all while neglecting their own healthcare needs. The numbers are staggering. That $1,384 monthly support adds up to $16,608 per year. Over a decade, that's $166,080 not going toward retirement savings, without even factoring in potential investment growth. Here's the painful irony. Many parents paying for their adult kids' daily lattes are skipping their own prescription medications to make ends meet. The same parents who stress the importance of financial responsibility are unintentionally enabling the opposite behavior. And while they assume this help is temporary, the data tells a different story. According to Pew Research, the average duration of parental support has now stretched to nearly 5 years. Gen X, the sandwich generation squeeze. Maria clocks out from her office job at 5:30 p.m., changes into her Uber driver shirt in the parking lot, and works rideshare until 10 p.m. She's 54 years old. This isn't for vacation money. It's to keep her 28-year-old son in his $1,800 per month apartment. I thought by this age I'd be saving for retirement, she says, not worrying about my adult child's rent. Maria's story highlights the financial strain faced by millions of Gen Zers, often referred to as the sandwich generation, caught between supporting adult children and aging parents simultaneously. The numbers paint a stark picture. According to U.S. Bank, 53% of Gen X parents fear they'll be supporting their kids indefinitely, a significantly higher percentage than the 37% of parents overall. Gen Z children cost their parents an average of $1,515 per month, a figure that could fund a modest retirement account or cover a mortgage payment in many cities. For Maria, that $1,800 rent payment represents not just a financial burden, but a sacrifice of her own future stability. Beyond the numbers, the emotional story unfolds. One anonymous parent described the experience as feeling like a human ATM with back pain. Many parents are making sacrifices that would shock their adult children. David and Linda, for example, withdrew $18,000 from David's 401k last year to cover their daughter's emergency dental surgery and car repairs. The early withdrawal penalty alone cost them $1,800, a hit to their retirement savings they may never recover from. For some, these sacrifices are rooted in their own past struggles. Maria recalls her single mother working 3 jobs to keep their family afloat. I swore I'd never let my kids struggle like that, she admits. But now I'm doing the same thing, just for a 28-year-old with a college degree. This pattern of overcompensation is common among Gen X parents, who often grew up with financial insecurity and now find themselves unable to set boundaries with their own children. The financial support often begins with good intentions, helping with a security deposit, covering health, insurance for a few months, or assisting with student loans. But without clear limits, it can become a long-term arrangement. A 2023 Pew Research study found the average duration of parental financial support has stretched to 4.7 years, with 22% of parents supporting adult children for a decade or more. This dynamic creates a ripple effect, impacting not just finances but mental health. Financial therapist Amanda Clayman explains, parents who grew up with scarcity often swing too far in the other direction, creating a new set of problems. The emotional toll is immense. Carlos, 52, shares, "When my son calls saying he can't make rent, I can't sleep. But when I transfer the money, I lie awake worrying about my own bills." This constant stress is taking a physical toll. Studies show sandwich generation caregivers have higher rates of hypertension, insomnia, and depression. The squeeze is even tighter for those also supporting aging parents. Nearly half of Gen Zers, 48%, provide financial help to parents over 65 while still assisting adult children. It's a perfect storm. College costs have quadrupled since they were students, wages haven't kept pace with inflation, and their retirement timeline is colliding with their kids' prolonged adolescence. Consider the math. That $1,515 per month supporting a Gen Z child equals $18,180 annually. Over 5 years, that's $90,900 not going toward retirement savings. With compound interest, that could represent $300,000 or more in lost retirement funds over 20 years. Yet 61% of these parents say they'd rather sacrifice their own financial security than see their children struggle. Some parents are beginning to confront the reality. After 3 years of supporting her 30-year-old daughter, Janet finally ran the numbers. "I realized I'd given her $64,000, enough for a down payment on a house. Meanwhile, I'm renting at 58 years old." She's now working with a financial planner to set boundaries, but admits, "It's harder to say no than I ever imagined."